Alright, chat, today we're finishing the winter cabin cottage thing. Basically this house behind me. So in the last video we built the shell for this cabin cottage thing. I honestly don't know what to call it because it's not a cottage, but it's also kind of a cabin, but I don't want to call it a cabin because it's also really small. So I guess you could call it a co-cabin. But in the last video we got the shell of the house done, so now we're working on the interior, and the first thing we have to do is actually spruce up the interior, because leaving the exterior as it is, it's mostly basic shapes, so there's a lot of protruding parts that just go into the inside, which we don't want. So the first thing I did was remove the roofs and kind of rebuild them so they're kind of flush with the roofs that we have right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're basically moving roofs so the interior looks a lot more flush. And luckily the only roof we had to do this for was the dormer roof. So that's this little sticky outy bit that we have here. So it didn't take too long. And once I got that done, I moved on to some other parts of the roof. Like the interior had this chimney that was built on top of another roof part, and I had to hide that using a bunch of basic shapes. So I just jumbled them all on top of each other until I got it working with the interior. Again, I'm at a loss for words because my vocabulary is so small. Maybe I should start reading the dictionary a little. But this is what I mean by jumbling a bunch of basic shapes on top of each other to fill in the roof gap. So right here I'm just using cubes and wedges, and I'm just alternating between them to fill this little area. And at the same time I was kind of thinking about what rooms I wanted this to be. So I decided to start with the second floor, which I think I'm gonna make the bedroom and maybe master bathroom. I don't know, because we have some kind of loft thing going on. So I'm gonna divide up this landing bit after the stairwell that we have, and I'm gonna make it a washroom, and everything else on the second floor can just be a bedroom or office space or just lounge area. I don't know. And then everything on the first floor can be everything that we need, like a living room, kitchen, dining room, etc. But anyways, I think that's enough build talk that I really need to do, so I'm just gonna talk about other stuff now. Bro, I had the hardest time building this house or doing the interior for this. Like, once again, I'm one of those people that does not do interiors for fun. Like, it's something I feel like I'm forced to do. Wait, no, what's the saying? It's like born to do exteriors, forced to do interiors. And I know some people are the opposite, but I'm just that one guy that just hates doing interiors, and I don't know how people do it. And as an architecture student, that might be a problem, just a little bit of a problem. I don't know, man. Let me know down in the comment section below if you're an interior or an exterior person, because I can't stand interior for the life of me. It's just something about interiors and exteriors where exteriors are more geometrically arousing. God, that's a terrible way to put it. But what I'm saying is that exteriors are just generally more interesting to look at. But anyways, back to actually building. Right now I'm finishing up a bathroom that I'm working on the second floor, and this is gonna be the master bathroom, like I said. And I find it really difficult to fit everything that I wanted to fit in here. So like the main three things: a toilet, a bathtub, and a sink. I definitely couldn't fit a bathtub, so I tried fitting in a shower, but a shower also wouldn't fit. So I resorted to building this custom weirdo looking no glass panel, no box, open shower thing. And I mean, I guess it works. Aside from the fact that water might splash all over the place, it's a shower and it works. It's functional. And I guess that's all that matters in Bloxburg. But moving on, I found this room to be one of my favorite in the entire house. Something about the shape of this room is just really quirky, and it just fit all of the bathroom stuff, even though the shower doesn't really fit. Like, my favorite is that little area where I put the toilet, so it's like a little pooping area, and you also have like secret shelving on the left side. And then I also worked around the chimney pretty good, tucked it nicely in there. There surprisingly aren't many custom things that I've built in this house. You know, usually I build a bunch of like basic shape shelves or basic shape doors, but I didn't do that this time. One, because I'm lazy, and two, I didn't feel the need to, and three, I just finished this house in like an hour or two. So I definitely could have spent a lot more time on this, but low-key I had a lot of assignments to do. But to be fair, they're not a lot of assignments, they're just really weird assignments. So I'm in second year architecture school, and second year doesn't really compare to first year. I mean, it's very obvious that one year is above the other, but the second year stuff feels a lot more design related, and that design takes a lot of time out of my day. Now, designing stuff usually means drawing stuff up, and yes, I have been drawing stuff up, but there's also this one kind of design that's called parametric design, which is usually computer generated. And parametric basically means, in super dumbed down terms, very fancy patterns. Or I wouldn't even say fancy, more like unusual and interesting. God, I sound like my professor. I'm giving you guys a lecture, but okay, I'm just gonna tell you about my assignment because I kind of feel the need to, and more or less is because I want to. I'm completely nerding out right now, but I think in architecture you'll be exposed to some of like the most stimulating experiences, because for one, in in architecture school, you're forced to design stuff, and two, your professors don't teach you how to do it. So you're basically left all alone to force your way through things and learn things yourself. I feel like I'm giving you guys a complete overview of my experience in architecture school. I don't know if you guys are here for it, but if you're not, you can skip to the end and you can see what I built on the interior. But back to what I was saying about stimulating experiences in architecture school. Please don't take this out of context. The feeling you get from figuring something out without being taught and just off of pure brute force is just one of the most gratifying experiences in my opinion. To dumb it down, it's like not being able to do something for a long time and then over time finally figuring out how to do it, and you get that wave of relief or that feeling of satisfaction or fulfillment. This sounds overly philosophical right now, but I get the same feeling in Bloxburg. Like if I build something really nice, I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is like mouth-watering, and oh my gosh, I can't believe I just built this. So with this assignment, my assignment basically asked me to recreate parametric buildings in this design software called Rhino 3D. And the building I got assigned was the Vancouver house. I don't know if you guys know about this. This is basically an architecture lesson at this point. Don't watch the video. Literally click off because this is not going to be interesting. But anyways, in Rhino 3D is another plugin called Grasshopper. And basically what Grasshopper does is it takes a bunch of whatever you put, whatever you draw, and it just draws more on top of it, but based on a bunch of nodes and codes. And it seems simple, but it isn't, because when you get to a large script like this one, then you don't even know where you started from and you don't know where you're ending. This is so geeky. Am I boring you guys? I'm probably boring you guys. But I was showing Anix because he's actually into this computer stuff, and it is super fascinating stuff. But at the same time, it's like the most challenging thing to wrap your mind around. Like I've spent 24 hours working on this thing and it still won't work. But after hours, it finally looks somewhat promising and decent. And so this is what I mean by gratification and satisfaction. When you're done and it works, it is the best feeling you'll ever feel. And that's been my experience so far. But anyways, that's probably the most you're gonna get out of my personal life in a lifetime. Anyways, back to the build. We're starting to work on the kitchen, living room, and dining room, or this giant area that I haven't allocated any space to. I honestly had a bit of trouble trying to fit everything in here because it was such a small space and I had to fit so much at the same time. But I'm pretty sure in the end, I also have trouble filling in space, so it kind of doesn't work. The main focus of this open area is the living room, and it should have been the best looking room, and I think it did turn out looking pretty good. But for now, I'm just trying to get all of the hard things down, so like the main things, I mean, not the hard things. And then later on, I'm gonna go in and decorate everything with a little more detail than there is right now. So with that being said, I just played around with a lot of the things that we had in game. I didn't really try to make anything custom apart from this partitioning wall, because I felt this space really needed a divider between the rooms just because it's so open. And what I plan on putting behind this partitioning wall is a dining table, and I'm pretty sure in the end I do remove it just because the space also felt a little too tight. It's very conflicting, this build. I don't like it. But after getting the main area done, I went back to the entrance to start working on it, and this is when I found a little space, and this is when I had trouble trying to fill in the space that was between the dining room and the entrance. And I'm pretty sure in the end I divided it into a bathroom or a first floor bathroom. Low-key, it was kind of awkward and I didn't really like it, but I felt that it fit there as well. I don't know, my logic never makes sense. And then I went on to fill in all of the space with more or less of the same items that I used upstairs for the bathroom, as well as the same storage unit copied and pasted all over the house. So if you see more than one dresser, this hairpin dresser, that's probably why. And this didn't take too long. As I said, I was only placing the big ticket items, but I did go ahead and make like this custom storage unit, or it's not really custom, it's basically an oak shelf, and then I put a bunch of the stuff. I occupied the top couple of shelves, and then at the bottom I placed a coat rack. Dang, I'm actually surprised that this is the only custom thing I've made in this interior. Like the entire exterior is custom and basic shapes, but once I got into the interior, there's like absolutely nothing custom. Oh well, I guess the railings are custom. There's that. And then finally I moved on to furnishing the top. And for this, I also didn't have much of a clue on what to put here. Aside from obviously a bed and then maybe an office space, there were some areas that I had trouble filling in. Like one of them was the space next to the chimney and then the dormer window. I contemplated making a long couch, which would be like a nice little lounging area, or like basically a man cave upstairs, but I'm pretty sure I leave that for later in the video. Anyways, all that was left to do was finish up some of the details like the railing, and I guess let's take a look so far. Alright, so I've worked on the cottage for about an hour or two, and I kind of have some stuff to show. I've basically done all of the interior layout, and I've actually also put in a lot of furniture. As you can see, I've got the main stuff in here, but I'm just gonna go through what I have so far because I think I'm gonna do the extra detailing off camera, or maybe not off camera. I'm just gonna speed it up like I did earlier, because right now I have all of the bare bones that I need to complete this masterpiece of a cottage, and I don't think I did too bad of a job decorating the inside or even laying it out. Had some difficulties here and there, but you know, it all worked out in the end. But yeah, if we step in through the front door, I've kind of already shown you. Let me go in shift P mode. We have the front entrance with a large stairwell that leads up to the second floor, and we've also got a nice skylight and a very custom, definitely not by mistake made light. But anyways, that's the stairwell, and then over here we have like a little nook and cranny to put all your clothes and stuff. Unfortunately no coats, but it's kind of cold outside, so that might be a little bit of a problem. But there's that. And then back here we have a small bathroom with a bunch of privacy. I was honestly contemplating whether or not I should have made this a bathroom, because you know, there's just so many windows and it's like at the front of the house, but I guess it's fine. I just needed to squeeze a bathroom somewhere. And then back here we have the main area where we have the kitchen on the left, nice and decorated with everything you need, the appliances, the fridge, the stove, the sink. And then across from the kitchen we have our living room, not decorated once again. And then behind that I put like this little partitioning wall to separate the two rooms. I don't know if I really mess with it, but I think it works. It was honestly not really working without anything there, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We move. So that separates the dining room and the living room. And then heading on upstairs, we step up the stairs over here. The stairs actually work. They're custom too. I'm very proud of them actually. The second floor actually has some really nice laying out. I don't know how to put that, but the second you get to the second floor, you can open this door and then you have your private master bathroom, and you got your sink, a very custom shower that doesn't have any privacy, like everyone can see you, and the water also goes everywhere, but you know, it works, it's functional. And then back here you have a nice little toilet space that's actually really nice, because you actually do have privacy. And then all of these windows close. Unfortunately we can't put curtains on these ones, but I guess that's okay. And then back here we have an entire loft with nice skylights, a lot of open windows. And then over here I'm not sure what to put yet. It's like a lot of open space, maybe just a lounging area, I don't know, basically the dream loft type stuff. So back here we have a nice double bed, though unfortunately it's only one bed in this entire cottage. I guess it really doesn't matter. And I've got these custom railings we did, and then a nice office space, and then that has beautiful skylights and basically everything you need. I'm not gonna lie, this house has a lot of nice angles to look at, but I'm gonna start decorating further with decals and just more miscellaneous items on top of all of the existing furniture pieces that I've placed down. I also gotta reverse these doors because they open the wrong way. But the house costs 1,168,000 so far. Hopefully it doesn't end up costing too much, but so far so good. Alright, so we've hit some minor setbacks. I mean, well, they're not really setbacks, but I forgot to record myself doing the living room, so we're starting at the kitchen. And basically all I did for the living room was furnish the couch, actually put some clutter on it, and then I put in this one shelf with a bunch of books and a vase, or is it vase? It's one or the other, but that's another one of the things that I continue to copy and paste all over the place. And then after getting all the kitchen essentials like the cutting boards, the plates, the whatnots, I moved over to the dining room. Or once again, it's not really a room, but you can see that I removed the partitioning element because I felt it was a little too, you know, cramped in there. But for the dining table, all I did was put a table runner and then a couple of fruits and then maybe a tissue box, because for me, I can't go eating without a tissue box somewhere. See, me personally, I'm quite a messy eater. And then just over next to the dining room, I put this little place to put all your maybe gloves or boots. Or it's kind of like a mud room area, because it's next to this giant door that leads to the outside, so it kind of makes sense to have something like this over there. But anyways, getting that finished, I started coloring everything this dark wood tone just to contrast the very light wood tone that we have for the exterior. I don't know, for me, I thought it worked, and in the end you'll hear me talk about how if I had different wall colors, the furniture items would actually contrast really well and the entire build would actually look really realistic. And I actually tried doing that midway. I tried adding this accent color to the walls. It's like this concrete, but I didn't end up liking it, and I couldn't be bothered to change all of the wall colors because then I'd also have to change the exterior colors, and I just didn't want to go ahead and color every single basic shape that I used for the exterior, because the thing with using basic shapes is that you don't have an exterior color and an interior color. Like when you use walls to build your house, you have two sides to it, but if you use a basic shape as a wall, you're only coloring the basic shape and it's not split into two sides, so that's a little annoying. Maybe I should have thought that out before. But yeah, that's why I didn't change all of the wall colors, because I felt that would just be too much of a hassle. But anyways, moving up to the second floor, I placed this desk in this little corner. I thought it was a very fitting area for a little office space, just a place to do all your work. But I guess there's not too much to say about it. I just copied and pasted a bunch of other shelving units that I had throughout the entire house, like the dresser and just other books and paintings. Really nothing too special. But then I moved over to the dormer area where I did have some trouble figuring out what to do here, as I said earlier, and I decided to go for just a dress up area. What do you call it? Oh yeah, sorry, a wardrobe area, just a place to put all of your clothing and whatnot. So I put a giant mirror on the chimney, and then I once again pasted a bunch of these, and then right after that I called it a day. The last thing I had to work on was the bed, and honestly it's just a bed, so I just did my usual pillow thing and then the blanket stuff, basically the same bed I put in every single one of my houses. Maybe I should switch it. Oh yeah, and then I worked on this little couch area, you know, so you can have a couch to sit on the second floor and admire whatever balcony space that you have. But aside from that, that was pretty much it for the interior. I honestly didn't give it too much thought. Like, it was just a cabin. I felt like if I worked any harder, it would be a little too detailed and cluttered. Oh yeah, and I guess the last thing I had to do was color everything, because there were some items like the picture frames that weren't colored properly. So just going through, I did that in the last couple of minutes, and that pretty much wraps it all up. And if you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to announce that I'm starting to focus on a second channel, and basically only subscribe if you're actually interested in whatever I'm gonna post there. I guess for my 2025 New Year resolution, if it's still the new year because we're 17 days in, is to focus on a second channel and kind of branch away from Bloxburg. And it's not that Bloxburg is boring. I still really do love building on Bloxburg, and I actually still have a lot of ideas. It's just that what I do is very repetitive, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, only subscribe if you're actually interested. But here we go. All right, well, that actually didn't take too long. I thought it was gonna take a lot longer than 30 minutes or 45 minutes, but we got the entire interior finished up. And to be honest, I actually thought not finishing the interior all the way, like, I mean, it's finished all the way, but what I mean is not detailing it super detailed. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I didn't want to go too detailed because I thought that would end up looking a bit too cluttered. But this is the final house and it's complete, and it came out to be 1,185,000. So I've only added like 30k onto whatever it was before. So I guess we'll take a tour of it. Here's the outside. You've seen it in the video that came before this one. The outside's actually insane. Like, I didn't think I was capable of doing this, but I did it. Like, I could look at this all day. It's like one of those things that you just do and then you can spend hours admiring. But anyways, let's take a look at the interior. Let's go through and fly around. I of course did not do any of the decals on the interior, so we're just gonna have to live with that. But stepping on inside, we have our nice stairway. Maybe I should do this in first person, but here's a free cam. Let me just step inside first. Yeah, so walking in, we have our nice stairwell that leads up to the second floor, and we'll take a look at that after. And then that has a really high ceiling with the skylight like we saw before. The decals, like I said, were not finished, so all we have are these ones. It's very wooden in here, but then again, it is a log cabin, and all the Pinterest images that I referenced for this all had wood in them, so I guess it really wooded up. But anyways, stepping through this corridor, we have a bathroom over here, and this is all been painted. Here's a toilet, there's a sink in the corner, and there's some storage for you. Why not? And then over here we have some more storage for you to put your coats and jackets when you're finished going skiing or whatever. And then stepping on through this door, we have the large area. This is where we have the dining room and then the kitchen as well as the living room. We'll take a look at the kitchen first. Here's the kitchen. It's kind of small, but you have everything you need. You have your stove, your fridge. I painted all these like a wooden and beige-ish color as per usual. I mean, it's literally my color scheme. The only thing I would change, honestly, is the wall colors, but aside from that, I think the furniture colors actually work really well with each other. Like, if I changed the floor and then maybe the wall colors, I think it would actually hit a lot harder. I don't know about that, actually. Let me know what you think, chat. Anyways, that's the kitchen over there. Like, the dark colors just contrast with each other really nicely. I just feel like the wall colors should be changed, but if I change the wall colors, everything else has to change. Look at that nice sun ray beaming in. All right, anyways, here's the living room. I didn't put too much effort into this, actually. I just spammed a bunch of pillows and blankets in weird places, and then I just colored it. And then here's our first decal plant, and then a storage unit in the corner, nice custom light fixture as well. And then here's the dining room or dining area. Nothing much to see here. These two doors open out to the sides. Very nice views of absolutely nothing, maybe just a bunch of trees. But if you put this in a mountainous setting, then it'd look really nice. But stepping on upstairs, up the stairwell, let's take a look at the bathroom first. Here's the private bathroom, the master bathroom. Actually, one of my favorite rooms in this build, just because it has like a really nice view. One of my most unique bathrooms I've ever done, especially because there's like a really nice nook and cranny for the toilet. Oh wait, the the carpet's not colored. Hold on. Yeah, anyways, there's the carpet colored. Yeah, we have like we said, our open shower, and then a nice little sink over here. Once again, very wooden. Low-key, the wall colors actually work for the second floor. I just think it's the first floor that doesn't work. But stepping on over into the main loft area, we have a nice little office area where you can sit and do your work or whatever. You can write a book or something. And we have some extra storage over here, and then in this little corner over here, we have our dormer window that looks right outside. And then we have a nice little seating area, but I wouldn't suggest climbing up here because it's above the storage unit. But we have like a little wardrobe area. I was honestly not too sure what I wanted to do with this place, but I guess that's what I came up with in the end. And then in the corner, we have a nice little bed. I thought this was a very fitting place just because we have this like slanted bit, and I don't know, it just looks very proper, or like it just feels like it belongs. But yeah, we have our nice bed over here, and then that's basically it for this entire cottage. We have a really nice view over into the living room. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I think the interior definitely doesn't live up to the exterior as much, but I think it's the best I could have done, so it's my best attempt.